Hey, what's up, you amazing hackers? Hope you're all doing well today. Today, I would like to talk certifications because, guys, there are so many certifications in the field of cybersecurity. It's getting ridiculous. And I wanted to go over a few of them because I also wanted to give you guys the opportunity to know a bit more about them before you dive in deep and pay a bit of money for them, quite a bit of money. I haven't got personal experience on all of them, but I have looked into quite a lot of them before I wanted to be a hacker. I wanted to become a hacker, and I was like, do I go with OSCP, Certified Ethical Hacker, Comptia, EGBT, blah, 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 so many courses. It's spinning my head. Which one do I take? So let's first talk about two different types of ethical hacking. Of course, you have blue teamers and red teamers, and this is mostly going to be for the red teamers. Now, red teamers, if you don't know, is the attacking hacking side. The blue teamers is more of the defensive hacking side. But we're going to be talking mostly about red teaming certifications. And I'm going to start with the one that I know most about, which is OSCP, which is my number one, of course. And this certification, it's one of the most recognized cybersecurity certifications in my community, if you ask me. If you have successfully completed their examination, you will be able to prove that you can hack 5 machines within 24 hours. And I know that there is some cheating going around in the community, but it's definitely not as rampant as, well, if, let me put it this way, if you have a little bit of honor in yourself, you're not going to cheat on this exam. It's a really tough one, but it's one where you prove to yourself that you are ready for this, that this is a job for you. And it's really, for me, it's for infosec professionals who really want to go into that pen testing field, who are pen testers, even who are becoming pen testers and want to grow in their field, who are security professionals who want to learn more on the other side of things as well, network administrators, any IT professional basically really wants to get into hacking deeply. This course is something for you, and of course, the certification that comes with it. But you can expect, of course, a 24-hour proctored exam. That means somebody will be watching you via webcam. Don't worry too much about it. It's not as bad as people think. You completely forget about it after the first 5 minutes of looking at Nmap scans. Believe me, that's the truth. You should really have a solid understanding of the basics of computing. I got my Cisco CCNA. I was working in the field for about 7 years as a QA engineer, so I had the basics down, and I was reasonably good at Windows, Linux. I fixed computers in my free time. I made websites, so I was always side hustling. And it really, really helps if you have some familiarity with things like Bash and Python, because if you don't, it's going to be a tough one. I'm not going to lie. You're going to need to learn some of those languages, at least like Python, Ruby. You're going to need a little bit of it. Because most exploits are just written in that language, and most exploits don't work on a basic level. You'll have to adapt them at least to a little degree and know what you're doing. If you just want to download a script and run it, then you should go for the script kiddie certificate. For the certified ethical hacker certificate, that's on my number two, because it has garnered a bit of a bad reputation in the past, but recently, and especially with version 11 of the certificate, I think it has really redeemed itself. They have made a bunch of updates, and they have a practical and a modern approach to the exam. Again, you can achieve mastery with the addition of a 6-hour practical examination to show your hacking proficiency. So that's what I want to see, is those practical examinations. Of course, they still have that 125 question exam, which spans 4 hours. And then, of course, you also have that 6-hour exam. But for me, it's mostly about the practicals. The theory is good. Everybody should know the theory. But working together, we should all be learning the theory as we go along anyway, in my opinion. It's more about that practical way of interacting with the world that you can't get from a book that's important to me. This is a very good certificate for any information security analyst, admin, information assurance security officers, information security managers, specialists, IT auditors, risks or threat vulnerability analysts, admins. So there's quite a broad scope of people that this certificate can speak to. Now, what you can expect on the day of the exam is 125 questions, which you will solve over 4 hours in a multiple choice format. The test is delivered in a View ECC exam center, and the exam prefix, if anybody cares, is going to be in the description below. Now, it's a pretty decent certificate in and of itself, but for me, OSCP still has a leg up due to the practical exams that they offer. Certified Information Security Systems, Certified Information Systems Security Professional, CISP for short. This is number 3. This is a blue teaming certificate, much more aimed at blue teaming than red teaming than the other ones on this list. And this is for hackers who really want to build structures and systems that other hackers will later attack. CISP is an industry recognized program that you have that you have to really show yourself in, that you have what it takes. You know, you really have to effectively design, implement, and really manage a best-in-class cybersecurity program. It's really important because, of course, you have a tough exam connected to the course as well. And the exam takes 6 hours, and it includes a mix of multiple choice and advanced innovative questions. You're going to find plenty of training resources, but just make sure that the certification does align with your career goals, because it's not really for everyone, and it's targeted at a more experienced hacker and cybersecurity professional. Now, this is more about for people like CISOs, like the Chief Information Security Officers, the Chief Information Officers, any IT manager, security analysts, like those kinds of people. That's what you kind of have to think about. And for the requirements, you have to have a minimum of 5 years of experience in two or more of 8 CBK domains. And if you don't know what those are, look those up, because that's really interesting, the CBK domains. And you have to pass the CISP examination, of course. You have to complete the endorsement process and subscribe to the ISC code of ethics. That's really important. That's what I always try to provide in my courses, as well as that level of ethicalness. Is staying ethical. It's not always as easy as it seems. We're often walking in a gray line, and it's good that the ISC2 code has specified exactly how ethical codes are written and how they are executed. Now, as you can tell from my explanation, this is a lot more rules, and this is how it's going to go, and you have to do this to be effective at that. And it's a very defined situation. It's not the certificate for me. I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely not something that I would want to do. But if you do really want to go deep into that blue teaming side of things, this really is a certificate for you. I'm not you. You should definitely judge your own situation on that. As for Comptia Security Plus, that's also a really cool certification. And the cool thing about it is that it's been approved by the US Department of Defense. Coming from a government agency, it's pretty much assured that every detail is in order and secure. And the exam itself, it will consist of 90 questions with a duration of 90 minutes. You really shouldn't underestimate this one. It really does take a lot of hard work and practice to pass the exam. Even though it's shorter than the others mentioned before, it's really not that easy. It is entry level, of course, but it's a certificate where you will have to prove your merit and where you will have to put in the time. It's as simple as that. It focuses a lot on the core cybersecurity skills needed for a professional. And the CompTIA security is, of course, for red teamers. It's for security admins, it's for help desk managers, it's for IT auditors, it's for pen testers, And you can expect again a 90 question exam over the course of 90 minutes will be multiple choice, and you need a passing score of 750. Recommended experience is Comptia Network Plus and 2 years of experience in the IT administration with a security focus. Now, as for AGPT, this one is the least familiar one to me, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. But it's really important for this one that you know that AGPT, I don't think you can grab it independently anymore. I think it's now part of a different set of courses that you need to take, but don't quote me on that one. Now, if you really want to get a certificate, it's really important to network. You need to have somebody where you can ask questions. You need to have a community that will help you. And ideally, that community will be about one level above your level. If you start mingling with the right crowd, they will start pushing you to hack harder and hack better. It's really important. You can do that via various means, of course. Social media is a good one. LinkedIn is a great one because that's how employers find people. Recruiters are all over LinkedIn. And if you have a pretty filled in page, then they're going to be drawn to it like flies to honey. Medium is a good, or any blog site that you want is a good option. It's really good to consider that for everything that you post, other people can learn as well. And it's also evidence and social proof of what you've been doing. And it's far better than just saying you know how to do something if you can actually put it in writing. As for Twitter, it's a great way to waste time. So it's also a great way to get to know people and to actually find some bug bounty tips. It does exist, but it's a lot harder to find. But you will have to look deeply and you'll find some really good gold on Twitter. I use it mostly to quickly communicate. Sorry about that. Quickly communicate with you guys. As for YouTube, it never hurts to start with a YouTube channel. It will show the love of the community that you have inside of you. And I know it's not easy to put yourself in front of the camera and fall flat on your face every single time and thinking, oh, I'm only getting 4 views, 5 views, 3 views, 20 views, 100 views. Who cares what your goal is? I mean, for some people, I just want you to know that doing things and failing at them sometimes is better than not doing them at all. You might have a fear of appearing on a screen and talking about things and making a fool out of yourself. But if you do, that will be one of the best learning experiences that you can get, because failing is just another word for experience. And if you fail sensationally, you will get sensational experience as well. That's my reasoning behind it. Of course, it also really helps to do some community work, because then you can get to know, okay, other people have these concerns that might help me on my certification exam, help them study while you study, maybe become study buddies even. It's really important to have a network around you, and you really don't want to do it alone. It's much easier to have people to hack you. Now, HackerOne, they organize both virtual and online in live events. And another great example is you can look for hacker spaces. Hacker spaces, if you don't know, are little spaces in your city where hardware, software, live hackers come together, and they have their material there. They're very respectful to each other. And it can just be any room where hackers and tinkerers gather and they explore their hobbies. Well, it really might seem daunting, but it really, I promise it's worth exploring, because in live interaction with another hacker, it's priceless. And another great place you might not think is to look at free training events in your area, because there you will meet people who are in the same boat as you and who will also look for help. You also have the Try Hack Me, Hack the Box, and OffSec 3. Discord channels, which I will link in the description below, of course. And the last tip I can give you is to do a lot of CTFs, hack the box, try hack me, all of the different platforms that offer a practice for you that you can. Because while the certification might offer labs, those are still going to be limited. And after a fifth or a 10th pass through of Nmap, you'll know all of those IP addresses and you know how to hack some of them, and you won't know how to hack some of them. But that means that you just need to diversify your pool, find more machines to hack, like participating in the CTF, for example. And that's going to give you a lot more of an experience. You're going to see things from a different angle, is where you want to go to, basically. So that's pretty much it when it comes to my tips that I have for you guys becoming a certified ethical hacker. And I stress the word ethical, and I don't refer to the course certified ethical hacker or the certification. I mean an ethical hacker with a certificate. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble, because that was quite long and I hope you enjoyed. It's great that you stuck with me so long, because we're also going to do a bug bounty giveaway. Now, what you need to do is you need to comment your contact information, how I can contact you if you win, of course. And you also need to comment me your best tip for becoming a certified ethical hacker. So good luck on that. You guys will have 2 days after this video goes live until I announce the winner, and the winner will be announced on my Twitter channel. Thank you so much, my amazing hacker friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.